Alright guys, we're live. Just starting. Let me get the chat sorted on the computer. Alright. Alright. Internet looks good. Yes, you are my zoo. Did you get the notification? Is that how you kind of heard of it? Because I want to know, because like my I want to know if sending out like a little preview beforehand is helpful. No lag, yes notification. Great. All right. Oh, we got 3 viewers. Probably many bucks. Guys, we have a goal by the end of the stream. We need to hit 200 subs. I'm at 199. It is not a lot to ask. I just need one person who needs to sub, okay? We need to hit 200. I didn't get the notification for the preview, but it was on my recommended screen. Oh, good. Good, Perpetual Noob. Thanks for joining. What's up, Benny's Aquatics? We're all funneling in here. Got the notification for the stream live about 2 minutes ago. Okay. Yep, we're all good. There were a lot of people apparently who viewed it, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit. You can call me Deuce. Is that how you pronounce your name correctly? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know that would suck for me to just, like, sit here for, like, 50 minutes and call you by the wrong name. It's my online Elias. Your chilies look so nice. Cichlids, okay. My rams are swimming side by side at the moment, and they have been for a while. Okay, good to hear. Hopefully they, oh, okay. Like ace, deuce. Okay. That's good to hear, Benny's Aquatics. You want to make sure they're not sizing up one another, which means, like, if they were 2 females, then they might be fighting and trying to figure out which one's the dominant one, but it could also just be a male. Like, everything about the fins, they're longer, they're extended, they're more colorful than the rest of the body, makes me think that it's a male. But then there's like a pink on the belly, so I don't know. I'm just waiting until 5 minutes until people come into the stream, and then we'll get into the talking about African cichlids. They aren't fighting. Okay, well that's good. Yep, just keep an eye. If they don't chase, if either of them, like if you find that well, I don't know, I get males and females chase, like I get females chasing males around, males chasing females around, so, you know, bro, that was a rather beautiful, minimalistic cichlid tank. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's one of my favorite tanks, but apparently we have 6 people watching now. Guys, we're shooting for 200 subs by the end of the stream. We need 1 subscriber. So, someone who hasn't subbed, please hit the subscribe button. We need to hit 200 by the end of the stream. Otherwise, I'll hit it not in a video and it'll be boring. If you guys don't know, I'm going to be doing a video about 200 tips and tricks that I've learned, you know, over the past year and a half-ish that I've been in the hobby. Oh, that's nice, Spanish Aquatics. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about Sand Creek Aquatics. I hadn't really followed him too much. I'd only watched like 5 minutes of a live stream. That's the only time I've ever watched any of his content. But from what I understand, he had a kidney disease, and that's how he died. But second. All right, we're 5 minutes in. Let's start talking about African cichlids. So, my tank is a 55-gallon aquarium. We have mbunas, peacocks, and what's the name? Haps. We have all mbunas, peacocks, and haps in here. People say you can't keep them together. I've been keeping those three together for the past 4 months now. I added my first hap like 4 months ago, and now they're all doing really well. All the fish I have in here, there are a couple different OBs. There's a red zebra, so we have one OB. There's two OBs. That's one. We have a red zebra female. There's a male poking his head out right there. That is my one peacock in here. I used to have two, but his name's Joe, and he's a marmalade OB. By far the most beautiful African cichlid I've ever kept, and probably one of the best out there, I feel like. I have this cichlid, which I have no idea what he is. I think he's an mbuna. I'm not sure. Same with this guy. We've had him for ever since I got all the fish, and don't know what they are. This is a rock crebensis, and he's not going to get any bigger. This is a venicius, my one hap. He's one of my she's one of my favorite fish I have in the tank. ACI, Socolify cichlid, powder blue. There's another Aratus. There's a big, well, not big, but there's a female in here who's very mature. Wait, is that her? No, that's not her. She's hiding. Oh, I see her. She's right there. She's poking her head out. That female is giving birth to like all these medium-sized Aratus fry. And there's even a little baby right there. It's really cool. And this is the male she's been spawning with. For the longest time, we just thought it was a female albino, but now we're like 90% sure it's a male. Who is the tank boss? News Aquatics asks. That's a really good question. This guy spawns a lot. We used to have a really, really nasty tank boss. His name was Hulk, because he would always like change colors when he beards. And he would be like super aggressive. Obviously, you just saw the Johanny. I'm betting the Johanny is probably the tank boss, but there's no females, and I don't think they really cross with other African cichlids. But I'd say the Johanny's probably the tank boss, but he doesn't breed with anyone, so probably the male red zebra. Those two are pretty dominant. Thankfully, right now, no one's being like super aggressive. Sure, you get a couple chase every half an hour. It goes on for like a minute, but otherwise there's not too many tank just demolishes. Yeah, so some of the tank specs. So it's got all these Texas Holy Rocks here. And then we have a bunch of shells. This was a big conch shell that my dad got at the beach a long time ago. And then these are like other smaller shells that I've collected from going to the beach and stuff. So that's kind of the hardscape. And this is just like white aquarium sand that I got at my local pet store. The filtration is run off of these two Aqueon hang on the back, so they pump 400 gallons an hour. So it's a lot of water. And then we have a ton of pothos growing up there, and I know it's like really annoying. This light, we originally had two of these like purplish white lights, and they were fine. They grew the pothos fine, but then this one over here blew out. The bulb just ran out of power, or the circuit broke, filament broke, whatever. And we couldn't find a replacement at our pet store, so we ended up getting an all blue because that's the only thing they had. And so now it's like all blue over here and like white over there. So sorry about that, but yeah. And then we also have two sponge filters, big, large sponge filters, and they do a great job. Originally we had like airline going under the sand, and it would bubble up. But since we've been doing these sponge filters, all the air just goes through there because it all diverts to there. Alex Poland says, "Love your passion, man. Keep it up. Make sure you stop in the shop a couple of weeks. I have some pretty cool stuff to check out." Okay, great. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Alex is just the owner of one of my local pet stores. Oh, where did I get the big pieces of coral rock? Well, actually a very convenient question. I got it from what's now Pensive Limited. It's just my local fish store. And they had a ton of them. This large rock, no lie, it weighs over 100 pounds. And then combined with these other two are probably about 130 to 150. Why did you decide to go with white sand instead of anything else? Well, I just think the whole tank grooves. Like if you look in like wild videos of catching like African cichlids in the wild, you notice like the sand's not like dark black. And I just wanted to make it look as natural as possible. They live naturally in the wild, they live in lakes in Africa, like Malawi, like Tanganyika and Lake Victoria. And so the rocks, the shells, the sand, it all kind of grooves with like a large, huge lake. And the blue backing, it all really makes the fish pop. So that's why I did the white sand. You can get a 650K light bulb from Lowe's. They'll grow plants great. That's what I use. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Nearest non-chain pet store is on. Alright, I don't want to. Yeah, that sucks. Perpetual noob. Yeah. How much did you get the rocks? I honestly don't remember. They, might have been like per pound or something. I'm going to my LFS soon. What live plants should I get? Ooh, so you're adding them to your tank, I assume. I don't know, it's pretty packed in there. It doesn't seem like your hair grass is like really striving like you might want it to. Yeah, I like Anubis. You should try some wisteria if they have it. Not all stores have it, but when they do have it, you need to get it because it's really easy to grow and it grows super well. And like if you trim it enough, it'll start to kind of like grow horizontally and kind of carpet, and it's really cool. Water Sprite, yep. Water Sprite's a good plant. I've only used it once, just because we have so much wisteria. I just haven't used it as much. Scarlet Temple, yeah, that's a cool one. They do need iron and other supplements. So yeah, if you do Scarlet Temple, you might want to invest in maybe some fertilizers. What are some good floating plants? Well, you probably don't want duckweed. However, if you get any kind of floating plant, there's always a risk that there's a duckweed piece attached to it, but I honestly don't care about duckweed. Water lettuce, yeah. Miser says duckweed because it grows so easily. Water lettuce. Actually, giant duckweed is actually pretty cool. It's basically just a large duckweed. There was a plant that Fu the Flowerhorn used in his beta volcano tank. I forget what that's called. I think he shows like a picture of it and has its name in part 2 of that video, so if you want to check that. It looked really cool. However, shrimp did eat it. But you can't get shrimp in New Zealand, so. Yeah, duckweed. Pearlweed. I've heard of that. I've never looked at it. What does it look like? Oh, there we go. Huh. Oh, is that just baby tears? That's not really a floating plant. But pearlweed, oh, yeah, you're just saying pearlweed's a cool plant, or baby tears it might be referred to. Dwarf baby tears, any of that stuff. You have a ton of plants already, though. Anything that grows fast is going to check the rest of the thing. Yeah, that's very true. Good thought. I think you have plenty of hardscape in there. I wouldn't get too much decor. If you have wood, that's always cool to add, but oh yeah. Yeah, there's a bristlenose pleco albino right there in the crack, and that's where they've been spawning, so all my baby plecos are basically produced from right there. However, they haven't spawned in like a couple months, so I might have to move them into a separate breeding tank. Alright, let's keep going with the cichlid tank. I think I explained most of it. I guess I didn't show really the cabinet. My dad and I put this together. You really can't see it that well. Here, let me just turn this light on real quick. Hopefully that's a little better. It's a nice, either door. It's got a cabinet here. You can see into it. Right now we have this tank. We originally had like a 5-gallon. You probably saw a video on that if you've been following us for a little bit. And but we switched that out, and that's the tank I used for patches, which is my female betta. And so I put this down here. It's eventually going to be a pleco grow out or grow out of some sort. And then this side, this door is, the hinge is off, so you have to like lift it up. That's basically all the junk and cords. And other stuff we don't use. So yeah, that's the stand. I guess I didn't really, I mentioned the light bulbs, but the lights are just these really simple clip-on lights that we clip onto these bookshelves beside the tank, like that, and they're really easy to use, and they work well. They're cheap. Probably, I think they were less than $10, so that's really nice. Yeah, you can see that that male albino Aratus. I think he was chasing this guy right here, which is changing his color so he looks like a female and doesn't get chased around, but he's actually a male. He was bearding the other minute before we started streaming. Looks stout. Not really liking that ambulia. Not sure what that is. Oh, 4x4s and plywood. Yeah, yep, that's literally what it is. Yeah. Yep, super simple build. Hopefully it lasts a while before we get a huge explosion of water. I don't think that'll happen because this is bought new. So. But, 20 years, 20, 30 years down the road, that could happen. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I'd really like to get maybe one more subscriber by the end of the stream. 200 would be awesome to hit. Yes, they are insanely hard to destroy. Yeah, I think the stand will hold. I was more referencing like the glass. After 30 years, the silicone can be iffy and maybe not as reliant. We were actually thinking about getting a used 110-gallon, but apparently they're notorious to pop, and plus it's been used for like 20, 30 years, and so just the combination of those two hasn't been filled for a while, and then the immediate pressure, it could lead to a huge pop. Might have to try it, especially if you painted and or sealed them. Oh yeah, we painted it. It's all of it's painted brown. It was a big project. Took a lot of work, but it was fun. All worth it now. You could try it. Yeah, okay, well, that'd be cool. Yeah, this male albino Aratus, where's he at? He's not out right now. There's like a whole world behind the rocks. Like, you guys are just seeing the front of the tank. There's like, it's like a huge city, and then you look behind in the alleys, and there's gangs fighting. Yeah, fight club behind the rocks. Why are you going to add more plants? Or no, if not, why? Alright, so that's enough tank talk, just explaining what the tank is. We're going to get into feeding. So, these are a couple foods we like to feed our African cichlids. Haven't fed them yet tonight. Normally the light's actually already out. So, for the first food, this is probably one of my favorite foods. It's called Sarah Unip. And you can't see it too well. But it's basically a little tablet. It's these little tablets, like just little wafers basically. And you just press them on the glass, and then it slowly dissolves and the fish can like eat it. One thing I do want to mention is they recently changed their whole ingredients in it, and so it's not as good as it used to be. They use like tube effects and stuff. It used to be just like straight krill and like protein, and the fish loved it. And they still do eat it, but it's probably a little bit better before. Next thing we like to do is we use veggie pellets. This lighting's horrible, but Omega 1 veggie pellets is a good thing. These are actually pretty small size. They're probably actually only 0.5 millimeters, but the fish, they still eat them. And then really it's the main bulk of our food. We use the New Life Spectrum Cichlid formula. And between these three foods, we kind of feed them. That's what we feed them. So I think what I'm going to do here, just give them a mix of the pellets and then stick like 2 wafers in, so you guys can kind of enjoy that. So I don't want to do too much because we got wafers or tabs. Put a couple of protein pellets in there, and they're gone, and almost. Veggie pellets in. These guys eat a lot. Like, it might look like I'm overfeeding them. Believe me, I'm not. They eat a lot. Now, I'm gonna get my hand nips. I'm gonna put 2 Cero nip tablets in here. Just put one on each side, makes sense. There we are. I'm gonna grab a towel and dry my hands. Alright. Oh. Yeah. DM is my dad. He's sitting 5 feet away from me. You guys on the West Coast? No, we're in Maryland. See you, Mazu. Thanks for dropping in. Nocturnal Project, yes. I had a 29 high with a handful of assorted cichlids. Assume African cichlids. I was always amazed at just how much food they could consume, yeah. And they ate every speck. Okay. Not like Oscars who seem to crush everything. Just make the water cloudy. Cero nip, so fun to watch them jam on those. Yep. Catch up on the chat. Yep. There's still a few pellets that like float around behind the filters, and so you'll see them kind of pop up and pick, but mostly pretty soon. I mean, they used to hit the Cero nip so much harder because they changed the formula now. I don't understand why. I'm gonna get 2 10-gallons. Oh, yes, finally. Okay, my parents said I could get once I move. What should I breed? Okay, this is what we've been waiting for, right? I think Benny, you should just start off with breeding those platies that you have. They'll probably, I mean, obviously they're spawning already, so they're probably gonna drop fry and before you move. So probably when you do, probably by the time you move, she'll already have dropped, and you can just put her in there. And I would just put the male and female in there, just let it go. If you see fry, maybe try to catch as many and put them in a breeder net for like a week or so, and then that way they're big enough and so the parrots can't eat them. Then you can put them back in the tank. So I just start easy. Just do platies. You said you were planning on the cories. I would do the cories in there. Oh, Jimmy Hunter, thanks for dropping in. Yep. Well, actually, we only are like halfway through the stream, so you didn't miss too much. Yeah, those guys are really jamming on that stuff. It's really fun to watch. Now the female radish who's been dropping all the fry is out right there. Yeah, she's basically the mother of all the radish here. Breed your pleco. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would try to figure out the gender of your current pleco that you have before you try to get another one and spawn them, obviously. You might have to grow it out a little bit in your 29 before you try to do that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he's really has gotten us deep into the hobby, and yeah. He's the first store I actually got rams at. Oh, it's a female Astine. Yeah, I was thinking it was getting pretty large and it didn't have too many bristles. Yeah, that's great that you're able to contact me. That's really awesome. Yeah, you could do plecos or you could try your quarries. Those two you could work with. I would breed the fish you have before you try to breed fish that you go out and buy fish to breed. I would breed the fish you have now and then try to grow the babies out and then sell all of them and then start a new breeding project, I want an enthusiastic fish store buddy. Oh. Yeah, you could do that, Benny's Aquatics. You might know. So, Alex, if you don't know, Benny got a ram. The fish store owner that sold it to him told him it was a male that had been spawning in the tank. However, when he got it home, the fins were long, a little bit more colorful. He had a little orange on his head, but his belly's got some decent pink on him. It's a golden ram, I guess, and clarify that. And no one, we've suspected it could be a sneaker male. He's already has a confirmed female in there. So if you could go over there, just have a look on his channel and comment down what you think, that'd be very helpful to him because he's really wants to get breeding them and make sure he has a pair. Yeah. Yes. I went like 10 years or better without a tank. Then realized my grandparents had a 55 in the basement sitting unused. Yes. You gotta use up every tank you got. Alright, yeah, for the next, I can't, why can't I think of that? For the next 7 minutes, we can just talk whatever you guys want, and then we'll just kind of, yeah, I guess, actually, no, for the rest of the stream, I think we can just talk, whatever you guys want. Yes, it's never coming out. Going with Dania's, okay. I've had Oscars and Dempsey's in the past. Yeah, wow, that's cool. This is a little tilted. Okay, it's good. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'll check it out, but depending on who the fish store I got from, some companies have been named to use hormone injections to boost the color of the rams. Shortens their lifespan, but they look great. Oh, interesting. Okay, I knew that, but I hadn't really thought of that as being the possible culprit. Yeah, Benny's Aquatics, if you're still on, think about that. A lot of fish farms do inject hormones to make their fish look better. That could be why he looks like he has pink on his belly. Yeah. I'm really thinking that could be it. Planted in Ubio tank. Oh boy. Something I've considered for a future tank. I've always have liked Dania's, and I want to make sure the tank doesn't fail. So wait, how big is the tank? 55, right, okay. Just feed them, keep the water clean, watch, yeah. Yep, that's basically what you can say. Yeah. Well, this is, finally worked downstairs to do a live stream. My first live stream was actually, like, over through that door around is basically our fish room. And, it was super laggy because, like, the internet was still, the router was moved upstairs. But now we've got a ton of, cat cable, I guess is the shortened name for it. And we just hook it up to our, one router upstairs, and then it's super long, and it goes all the way down here into the other router. I don't understand how it all works, but those hormone injection things are illegal in New Zealand. The store I go to wouldn't do that. Well, the store wouldn't inject the hormones, but I mean, yeah, hormone things could be illegal in NZ, but are all of your fish being bred in New Zealand, or are they being shipped? Because they could be shipped from out of the country. Yeah, it wouldn't be the fish store. Yeah, no, a fish store wouldn't do that. Someone who owns a fish store usually has common sense. Or they're not gonna make globetas. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, professional noob. I think they could have been imported. Could have been came from Australia. I don't know for sure, but it's a good guess. Yeah, you can see they finished those tablets off real quick. They already finished this one off, and now they're almost done that one. Crazy. Yes. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, guys. We need one more subscriber. In New Zealand, who breeds the fish, all the pet stores in New Zealand. Oh. Huh. Yeah, that could be, Well, I mean, yes, Jimmy. Petco or PetSmart are not known for having common sense. Yeah, the fish can be okay, but the workers there really don't know what they're doing. They're just working to get money. Yeah, I know. It's just every once in a while I see the number go up to like 7 or 8. I'm like, is someone watching new? And so, but yeah, it'd be awesome if we could get up to 200 by the end. If you guys know anyone who is a fish keeper and would be interested in watching the stream, you could just share the stream. That'd be awesome. Alright, we're at 33 minutes. We still got, I think I'm going to go to 50 minutes or an hour. I don't know, we still got a bunch of viewers, so probably maybe an hour, actually. Literally had to bite my tongue. Bled the other day at PetSmart. Employee had obviously never netted a fish in her life. Yeah, we talked about that one. Yeah, we were just trying to get some random assorted guppies just to medicate and then put in our outdoor pond that we're cycling right now. And my dad was just there. He was the only one there. I wasn't there at the time. He was just picking up. We have 2 males and 4 females. And the employee apparently clearly did not work there. Or, I mean, did work there, but, like, was very new or just had no idea how to even catch a fish. I mean, from what I heard, it was horrible. Guppies are easy to net. Yeah, they're not that hard to net. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cichlid loaches are not, from what I hear, they're noodles. They're hard to catch. How do I clean the aquarium? Okay. Good question. Really simple. I mean, I don't do a ton of cleaning the aquarium. I mean, I have 3 plecos, and the African cichlids are constantly, pecking things. They're very curious fish. And so it stays fairly clean. I mean, there's a little bit of algae on the very tops of the rocks. Like, maybe you can see it a little bit, like, right there. It's, like, really hard to get dense rock, and it's all kind of put in, like, all these little holes. There was, I mean, every once in a while, after, like, maybe 2 months of not scrubbing the tank, you'll get just a tiny bit of algae on the front. Otherwise, I mean, just before the stream, we did an 80% water change. Yeah, like an 80%, and we scrubbed it first, and then we did the 80%. That way, all the algae that gets shredded off the glass can get sucked out of there. Yeah, big nets don't work in planted tanks. It wasn't planted. They don't. I mean, PetSmart. I generally view Petco better than PetSmart. Because I've never really been to a horrible Petco, but I've been to pretty bad PetSmarts. I mean, let alone Walmart. I mean, I'm really happy they got rid of their fish. If any of you guys were on KG Tropical's stream last night, they talked about it for like really quick because they were just ending their stream. But like really, what Walmart is trying to do is they're just trying to have something of everything, and they're just trying to be an everything store where no one else has to go in any store because because Walmart has it all. And so most of the people that are going there, they see the fish, they're just impulse buying. They're just getting the fish because like, oh, we should try fish, they're getting dog food and they see the fish, It's all about how they pay people and what caliber end up there, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, most of them are usually just like college students who are just looking for a job. From what I've seen at our local PetSmart, who is actually a small PetSmart. It's a very small one compared to the larger one. Fishfolk little brother calls it Bet Tom. Says out loud, can't take him there. Yes. Yeah. He's only 4.5, which makes it hilarious. Yeah. You take him. You'll be the manager there before you know it. Yeah, honestly. And video it. Yeah, just walking into a pet store. We're at Pet Tom! Oh no. That could be very embarrassing. Let's just stay away from that. Oh dear. I can't get this perfectly straight. Good enough, honestly. Y'all better tell me what you want by... Do you want anything? Gold ring Danios. Oh wait. I gotta look at them. I've only seen them once. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, I do remember. They're kind of street. I always kind of have a soft spot for long-finned leopard Danios. I always thought those were super cool. Right now. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, it's not gonna. Yeah. Histogram of cockatoos is that's what I want to breed next. My dad wants to breed a Caro, which is nice, but they take up an entire 40-gallon, and then they have like 200 fry. It's just like fire mouths. I mean, and our fire mouths are gonna take forever to grow up. Whereas like a Pistos, you just open up a 20-gallon and then you can do it. Yeah, a Caro. We don't even have room for that, do we? I mean, maybe. What should I try? I should try buy a tank when I'm at my LFS without my parents. Yeah, you could just have them like hold on to it on hold. Yeah, that would be really hard. Or like maybe let one of your parents in on it and then just have them like sneak in. You know. Yeah, I've wanted to do shell dwellers for a while. I honestly just don't know. We just really haven't gotten around to it. It's not, I mean, it's something I want to do, but it's not very high up there on like my checklist that I'm kind of going through. Yeah, shell dwellers. Sean OOTD apparently breeds Maltese. Cool. Yeah. What are the ones? They're like yellow and they're shell dwellers. I forget what they're called. Yellow shell. All it shows up are just Maltese. There was like, wait. Yeah, it was a Lampriagus ocellatus. I knew it was a Lamprologus species. Yeah, those are cool. There was like one that was like yellow and blue, but apparently they're pretty hard to get. Yeah, it's just practically yeah. Okay. Yeah, no pistos. Okay, would a bear tank sponge filter with some floating plants where he's like? Yes. Well, bear tank. For breeding, try to get some stuff straight. Like, you don't have to do, do plants. You don't have to, but like, try to just get like, even if just half an inch of gravel on the bottom. That'll just, even just the platy babies hiding along the bottom. Like, if you can get like some yellowish gold, since your platies are yellow, like orangish yellow, that'll help them hide. Yeah. Yeah, our Beteniata, our wild-caught Beteniata are starting to spawn. They've had one batch. There was about like 10 or 15. I made a little video on it real quick, but all the fry kind of dwindled down to one, and that one disappeared. But the female was a pretty good mom. I just think we had a school of neons in there. And the 20-gallon, like, the neons don't have too much like height to go up, so they're kind of staying low, and they probably just ended up picking off all the fry from the parents. Yeah, the discus are doing well. Yeah. Yep. Just keep your water decently clean. Ooh, that sounds promising. Okay. Is Nova like picking it really fast? Cause like the females will like they'll peck really fast, almost like they're trying to like suck the rock into their mouth. The male won't do too much of that. I mean, he'll clean it, but she'll like freak out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just start filming. Okay. That's the best advice I can give you. Just film it. Yeah, it could be the females, like trying to get him into spawning mode right now. Yeah, try to give them some privacy. I mean, it's not essential. Just not too many like jerks in the room, or like if you have like light shining from behind you, then your shadow will scare them. But yeah. Yeah, right now you can see all my African cichlids are all chilling across the bottom because the light was supposed to turn off. What time is it? Oh, the light was supposed to turn off like over an hour ago. But just for the stream, I turned the light so that it stay on, obviously. That would be dumb. A week of might be sick and now might want to breathe. Yes, that'd be awesome. I got the camera out and they started to the back together. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, I just think they're starting to learn it, or they're starting to learn one another. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, you'll really know when they're in spawning mode. They'll be chasing all the other fish around, and like I usually see a lot more chasing, and then the female starts picking the rock a ton, and then the male, and then it'll just start spawning pretty much. If they're spawning on gravel, sometimes she'll kind of like dig herself into the gravel and like make a little pit. Yeah, I already mentioned it. He is not poking his head out right now, but usually there's a tiny Aratus fry. He just chills right down there. I mentioned it when I was talking about all the others. Yeah, this guy is a male, but he's coloring himself like a female, because this big albino male is chasing all the other fish around. And obviously another male is huge. It is like a huge threat. It would, I mean, you rarely have two dominant Aratus or the same cichlid species. Yep. Yeah, Eller Brett's is live right now. It's probably a possibility why we're not getting as many views as I'd like to. So why are you two in separate rooms and communicating via text? Well, we're not in separate rooms. Yeah. It's based on personality of the dominant male and the clan. Alright, you guys keep the questions up. We'll just do some kind of just Q&A like we've been doing until we hit an hour, and then I'll end. Very thankful. The internet's been perfectly fine. We have 2 Macs on and the iPhone's streaming, so and it's been great. Gotta go to my LFS now. Thanks for the stream. I'll make sure to shout you out in my next video. Thanks, Benny's Aquatics. Yep. Hopefully you can get some good plants and fish and deals and whatnot. Wish you luck. Got 9 likes. Awesome. 9 likes. Yes. We're an Apple family. Yep. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for my next live stream, which will probably be Sunday. Like right now I'm just doing a live stream of like all my different tanks, because I just want to get like everyone like really accustomed to them. And then we'll probably kind of, we'll probably just like slow down with the streaming, do it like once every week, probably Sunday night or Saturday or something, I don't know. We have to find a good time, like, it's not in the middle of like all the big streams like, you know, Aquarium Co-op, KG Tropicals, Eller Brett's, Steenfot. Just find something that not a lot of people there. I build my own PCs and whatnot. Wow, okay, you need to change your name. That's legit. That's really cool. Yeah, respect. What's your guys' favorite in this tank? My dad already said it in the chat, and I don't think I've mentioned it, but mine's definitely my Peacock, Joe. He's a Walmart rescue, and we got him. My dad was like out shopping for something, and he just happened to pass a fish, and he looked. He's like, "Wow, that's a really nice African Cichlid." And he came home, and he's like, "Ben, we gotta go Gotta get this African Cichlid. So, yeah, Killer's Aquatics. Not a huge guy, but a good guy. Yes. Yeah, he does get a bunch of people, like all the people who are kind of in the little aquarium clique. Go to him a lot. So, purple/yellow guy in the middle. Which one's that? Oh, the ACI? Is this one you're talking about? I think you mean that one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. When I first got the tank, I really liked him, actually. I don't know why. I guess I had watched a bunch of videos and I wanted to breed them. I was like, yes, we're getting an ACI. Apparently, they also come in like white tip varieties, where they're blue with white fins. Yeah, little brother's favorite. Yeah, Dempsey's are cool. I might just end here soon, because it looks like it's just us three pretty much. Do I have a convict tank? Yes, I do. I have a couple of videos on their pink convicts. They're have a ton of fry right now. Doing super well. Yep. Actually, there's 6 people watching, so it's not just us 3. Yeah, because you're very recent. Yeah. Nope, you're good. Yep. Yes, if you want a few hundred. Yeah, please. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're still at 199. That needs to change. What is this notification of the live stream? Okay. Yeah, it sounds like Redfish Bluefish is actually streaming in 30 minutes. Actually, 7 minutes now. Yeah, so probably like 11 o'clock Eastern time, sounds like he's. Sounds like he might be streaming very soon. They had a pair of convicts breed. They literally held off 4 Oscars and 2 Dempseys to raise their fry. They pulled all the lighter colored gravel to the surface. Wow. Okay, that's. Did I read that right? 4 Oscars and 2 Dempseys. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You gotta give them respect. They're very, very good parents. I mean, I've heard that they're good parents, but not that. Not that. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, I feel like another convict in there would be a threat. Let alone 4 Oscars and 2 Dempseys. I mean, I guess if they're like a really well bonded pair and they're a mature pair of cichlids, like I guess they'll spawn, yeah. We were like, why are all those fish over in the corner like that? What are these tiny little dots? I think I like this 10 p.m. style live stream. Of course, not everyone probably likes that, but there are 5 people in my family, so it's very hard to find a good time to do a stream. No one can really do like. Yeah, I didn't think about that. What would it be considered? Like a river? Yeah, I guess they're a river African cichlid. They still originate in Africa. full 3-inch or something from convex. Only a 14-inch Oscar and 18 snips. Yeah, crazy. Alright guys, 5 minutes left. So obviously a few people still watching. No, just sitting in chat, which is fine. So if you guys have any, yeah, we're in the same room. I just don't want to have a weird stream where it's us talking and, I mean, we're just trying to enjoy the tank and answer questions. You guys have rams to sell me? Yes, we do. We have 70 different rams. No gold rams. We already sold all of those to you and at our fish club. I think we still have a couple blue opal pairs and some other younger German blues. And then we have, yeah, and then we have a ton of bristlenose pleco. You'll take like 25. Yeah. Yeah, they're in 55 with the 2 Geophagus Heckleri, or the Threadfin, which I'm pretty sure we have a pair. The smaller of the two has like threads on his fin, and the larger one doesn't. It's kind of just a rounded fin, so I'm like pretty sure we have a male and a female. They haven't really like paired off or anything, but I'm pretty sure they're a pair. 40 gallon or something for a few rams and handful of onyx. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the truth is, we would have as many tanks as we could have, but it all comes down to time, space, money. I think the biggest one's time, because like it already takes like if you really have time, like an hour just to feed 20 tanks, like, and like you actually sit and wait 5 minutes for bloodworms to thaw out for your cories rather than just sticking a couple wafers in. You know, so it can be either you're north of St. Louis. Cool. Alright. Yeah. We don't have any ram batches like the fry growing out right now because we haven't had a ton of spawning in our tank. I just think there's so many fish in there right now. Like there used to be a little bit less and we have more spawning action. There's some really bad bug bites. Alright guys, 2 minutes left. Any more questions? Do you want to try like shell dwellers or something? We don't really have like a tank with white sand and shells. We don't have a lot of shells either. Is there anything else? I mean, I'd say shrimp, but we already have a breeder who we've kind of talked to, and he's got some shrimp for us that we're going to be picking up sooner or later. I'm not sure exactly when. We have to get the tank that they're going to be encycled. Yep, we're going to end the stream here. See Alex, see everyone. Thanks for dropping in. And I'll catch you in the next one. Might be Sunday, not 100% sure, but either way, I'll see you.